After years of war psyops, military aggressions against Syria and Russia, and McCarthyite demonizations of anyone who questions the establishment narratives on these countries, the United States, the UK, all of NATO, basically the entire Western imperial establishment, is on the verge of a world war with Russia and potentially China too, that centers around a dispute over whether the neocons get to take over Syria and redraw the Middle East. In this month, Trump has again threatened Syria with strikes that Russia claims might be aimed at Damascus. The claims will be aimed at Damascus, which Russia has responded to by threatening military action against the U.S., or at least against U.S. forces, if the U.S. strikes Damascus. Trump's threats are based in unsubstantiated claims that Assad is still committing chemical attacks. It makes no sense for Assad to still be committing chemical attacks. He has handed over his chemical weapons, and there have been multiple instances of false flags, or at least false allegations of chemical attacks on the part of Assad by Western media. You can look this up, read Echoes of Iraq, WMD Fraud in Syria by Robert Perry of Consortium News. And then there's the UK's aggressions against Russia, which are centered around a supposed poisoning of a former Russian spy recently, which make no strategic sense for Russia to have done at this time, first of all. And then, as is laid out in another Consortium News article, the strange case of the Russian spy poisoning, there's no real evidence has been provided that Russia was behind the poisoning of this man. It turns into conjecture. Details are unconfirmed, but that does not matter. It never matters in these when war is being prepared. The only objective is to escalate and to further these interests, even if the consequence is potentially world war. We need to stop this. We need to apply constant pressure on our representatives to oppose this plan to strike Syria, and of course to oppose any further aggressions against Russia. We need to spread counter-propaganda. What I'm doing right now, getting the word out and mobilizing the population against war. You don't think the government cares what the public thinks? Most of the public, according to the most recent polls at least, oppose a general involvement in Syria. And so that's all that's keeping the government from completely blowing the situation apart. In 2013, the public was overwhelmingly against an expanded war in Syria, and so Obama backed out of that. We have the power, ultimately. The government knows it, but we have the power. A lot of people, even with the revolutionary ranks, try to deny it. We try to minimize our impact, but we have the power. We have the power to de-escalate the situation, to reach a scenario that's at least more resembling peace, to back out of this extremely dangerous situation, so that we can create a new future that is not controlled by this totalitarian, sociopathic power establishment. So please take action. Please remember what I'm saying. Please consider what I'm saying, that there is no justified reason for war. Thank you.